Hola ballers, it's Crystal here, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Now, as we all know, recently Bioware, in all their majesty, released a new trailer for Dragon Age 4. Now, that threw a spanner in the works, because now I have to do my canon run. So for those who don't follow me on Twitter, the story of Magni Dukan, 2 episodes in. But that doesn't mean Magni may not return, because he may come back in Dragon Age Inquisition, or he could be a Canary. Anyway, so we've already seen this, so skip, if it will let me. There we are. So, female, rogue, human noble. It's already that, but we're going to call her off my good friend.
Greetings.
Charmed.
Okay, so more dex, and then cunning, because I want to be able to. So I'll go for, because I need to do stealing. So we need lock picking, and because she's going to be a archer, melee archer, we'll keep on normal, just because archers are awesome in this game.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely...
He already rubs me evil.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, but we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. How? You remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear. Oh no, I left them in Amaranthine, well away from the fighting in the south. They do send their best wishes. My son Thomas asked after you. Perhaps I should bring him with me next time. Good. My son saw you at a Denerim fair.
He is definitely evil.
He'll be pleased you remember him.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Yeah, we'll do the best.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
Duncan!
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in
Traitor.
person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
They defeat the Darkspawn.
Not permanently, I fear.
Without their warning of the Darkspawn rising now, half the nation could have been overrun before we'd had a chance to react. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is my daughter we're talking about. I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone? In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
That we will do. And remember, it's back because since we're playing as an archer build, but we'll also make sure we have secondary weapons and we'll have everything we need equipped. So it is the memory band, gives you one experience. Embry's many pockets. Feral Wolf Charm's pretty good. Excuse me, and the Lucky Stone. Because when we get the item I want, you, which is the key to the city, you get a bonus to attributes. So we'll use the Formari time, gives us an extra skill point. Because we're going to want to. What? So, because I can then get my point in coercion. So now I'm technically set up to do everything I want to do. And then we'll make sure we've got the right thing. And we'll talk to our high owl just so we can get some stuff.
We fought together under King Merrick when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
You knew Merrick?
Your father hasn't spoken of our time with him? That man took care of his friends. As they say, he was large as life and 'twas tall. It's too bad Kalen isn't half that.
You are definitely evil. I'm going to say that every time you show up. You are evil.
I think of him as much as he thinks at all.
That's enough, Hal. You speak of our king.
The girl did ask, your lordship. As per the latitude you allow.
Kick him in the tits.
I merely offered my opinion.
His voice actor is so amazingly evil. It is perfect. Just so
The topic
snide.
has come up from time to time. The young and their infatuations.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was years ago. People change. To be honest, I have no expectations. And your father seems determined to let you find your own way. If something did happen, well, we'd address it as befits a family of our stature.
We'll see.
Your father's permissiveness has made you willful, indeed.
Oops.
It may not always serve you so well. Poor weather, I believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about. In a manner of speaking, if I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess,
Well, Amaranthine
my
is well known for
confidence
its
in
rain.
your father allowed me some complacency. I guess that makes it as much his fault.
Dare you?
Thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Is this called being polite?
Greetings, my lady. You are the Terran's daughter, are you not? That is good to know. I understand you shall take charge of your father's castle once we march.
That's a little nosy.
I apologize. Good evening, my lady.
Stranger danger.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
I was hoping to ask a
Very
quick
well.
question.
I doubt your father would mind a slight delay. Indeed, we spotted a horde assembling in the Korkari Wilds not 3 weeks ago. Luckily, King Caelan took us at our word and marshaled Ferelden's forces quickly. The first battles have already been fought. Your father and I must move quickly.
How many darkspawn?
Thousands. Perhaps 10,000 or more in this horde. Normally the Darkspawn stay in the deep roads. It bodes ill that so many risk the surface. Well, I understand the first battles have gone easily.
Indeed. Are the Grey Wardens sure this is a blight, and not simply some large darkspawn raid?
No archdemon has been sighted yet, my lord. But with my entire soul, I believe this is a blight.
I wish we shared your faith. I suppose we shall see for ourselves once we arrive at the King's camp.
Of course. You are young and very skilled, or so I hear. Many of the finest Grey Wardens have been women. The Grey Wardens do not recruit simply anybody, and I intend no flattery when I say you show promise. The old treaties allow me to conscript you even against your father's wishes, but I will not do so. Our order is too small to risk animosity with Ferelden's nobility.
And glad I am to hear it.
It's tempting, your lordship, but I'm content to see what other candidates your castle offers. I have only found a couple of worthy candidates in my travels across Ferelden. Your father invited me here, suggesting this Sir Gilmore. If he is not suitable, I will head south and join up with the king. Not well. King Caelan is an eager young man who has shown great wisdom in responding to the Darkspawn threat.
I've heard he is a bit enraptured with the Grey Warden legend, and that is why he caters to your order.
How? That is unworthy of you.
He only repeats what we've all heard. Whatever the king's reasons, I'll take his support. The priority is defeating the Darkspawn before they threaten all of Ferelden. Until we speak again.
There we are. So let's get on it. 5% experience already done. Oh,
I have finished.
nope. No crash.
All
Now since I chose that, I can now loot everything, get me some experience. And explore a bit. Excuse me. Found a mahal. Book. Halal, sorry.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all!
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you.
Be nice.
Please, child. Call me Malol. I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need. Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be. Your faith is silent tonight. I hope you are just deep in reflection. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me. I cannot. Many await my attendance before they march into the unknown. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
The reason why I stay silent is because I'm using it as a sign of respect. Which is, you know, my way of looking at the world.
I have done it.
Looting everything.
All over now. I have done it. I've finished.
Because we're going to run back this way anyway, so... Before we carry on, let's go into the vault.
Oh, my lady, we were just, well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Terran stationed us here. We appreciate that, my lady. Thank you.
Because, you know, she may be a noble, but it's nice to be caring of the staff.
There you are.
Guards.
Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. Pardon my abruptness, my lady. It's simply that I've been looking everywhere for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
Yeah.
Your mother disagrees. She insists you collect the dog, and quickly. You know these Mabari hounds. He'll listen to his mistress, but anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
Well, it's their fault for picking a fight with my dog. I mean, this is common sense. I'll just make sure I am getting that close so it doesn't make any more noise. Sorry, I'm just doing some quick maintenance. And that one.
I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to own Mabari Warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have till the matter is settled, shall we?
To the kitchen then.
Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
No. You get the idea. Just taking the piss. Nothing in there. Wait, there's a book up there? In the thing there. Right. Let's go get our dog. First of all, we're gonna go this way.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
And we've looped back. You know, I really like the look of and design of the castle. Like, just from a layout perspective. And there's a dog.
Complete.
Let's get some stuff we can loot. Remember, if we kill it, we can get its stuff. God, I love this game so much.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves, I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you! Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
I'm sorry he's bothering you.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way!
Sorry, Nan. Look at his little face. He's so cute.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
He looks so proud of himself. Are you trying to tell me something?
It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
Time to name the dog. I don't know if this is showing up on my recording. Oh, it probably will be. But there we are.
As you deserve. So I shall.
You.
South of here!
So I shall. As you deserve.
The pewing of the boat.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through
D&D
their
campaigns.
holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
They were large rats.
I've seen larger. They come up from the Kakari wilds sometimes. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
I'm also going to just adjust the game volume to about 53. Because yeah, that way you can still hear it in the background. Just because it's loud on my ears when I'm putting it through. The finer things in tuning. Alright, that's all that. Let's go speak to Cook.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Actually, he's fending the line off on rats.
Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
I'm faithful warhound.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms.
Oh.
Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lady. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about. Thank you again for your help. Now, if you'll just hold on a moment. Yes?
Yeah.
Adney, get moving with those casts. And Kath, do you think you can serve that to the turn with dirt from the floor all over it?
Miserable old bat.
Old bat, am I? We've got to work double time on supper, sweep out the hearths, and no complaining.
Busy day?
Just keeping order. That's why your father keeps me on.
Bad day?
Maker knows I needn't take care of you anymore. Thank you for coming to your old nanny's rescue. That blasted hound is more trouble than he's worth. He is. Don't start with me. You've gotten all you're getting today. But what about you, my lady? Been keeping safe and well behaved, I hope?
That's convenient.
To be truly good is doing right by others, even when it doesn't suit you. Do you remember that bedtime tale I used to tell you? The dog that bit?
I remember it.
Good.
I remember.
A warhound was born to the elder bitch of a tribal chief. They named him Hahaku and gave him everything. He grew up a fine, strong pup, destined to be the partner of the chief's eldest son.
The dog found that
The
tedious.
young hound became arrogant, taking food from his kin and warning them, in the way of dogs, that the chief's family would punish them if they tried to attack him. Years passed, and the time for the chief's son to take a warhound came closer. Hahaku's pride swelled, and many of the people of the tribe came to the chief, quietly whispering of this dog's bullying. With each complaint, the chief saw only Hahaku's strength and pride, and sent his people away. But as his son grew, the chief watched more closely. Day might come when his boy's life would depend on this dog. If the humblest of his people would not trust Hahaku, how could he? When the day came, Hahaku sat proudly waiting to be called, but the old chief chose Hahaku's brother as his son's hound. Hahaku was shamed, but felt no remorse. So great was his rage that he darted across the fire pit and bit the chief's hand.
That was a mistake.
The chief and his son struck at Hahaku, cursing him. The hound ran into the village, seeking shelter in the tents and kennels. The other dogs snapped at him, and the tribe's people threw stones at him. Before the chief could reach him, the tribe had torn Hahaku apart. Now, what should you carry from this tale?
How you treat the least is remembered by the greatest.
True. Hahaku thought nothing of abusing the tribe and their dogs, but their complaints showed the chief he could not be trusted. But you're far too old now for an old woman to be reminding you to watch how you behave,
Thank you.
It's a story worth repeating. That's all. Be off with you then. Tell your brother farewell before he rides off to war.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
We will serve you well while the Terran is gone.
And now we'll go meet with the family. Loading gate.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my lovely daughter. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled? Ah, marvelous. Just the thing for my guests to hear right before dinner. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
What you
I'm so proud of my pup's mastery of tact and diplomacy.
Well, it was a lovely salon, from what little I remember.
Which wouldn't be much, considering we had to pour you into the carriage afterwards.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's not married yet, either.
Don't listen to her. It's good to see you again, milady. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
Go suck your head.
Beg your pardon?
Her diplomatic skills will earn her a post in Orlais. Just you wait.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great pleasure, my lady. You are as pretty as your mother describes.
You would think that it would make it easier to make a match for her, not more difficult.
Perhaps your daughter simply has a mind of her own, your ladyship. You should be proud.
Proud doesn't get me any more grandchildren. All evidence to the contrary.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your ladyship.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance. As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me. But it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty, and we have ours. For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate.
Sorry.
Keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
I don't think you should go.
Dear. It won't be long. Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited. Nor I.
Allow it.
And I do realize you didn't answer my question. There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother. If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana. I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you? It's in the Maker's hands now, and we must cope as best we can. I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you? Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
That actually does beg a question. What would have happened if Arhal didn't attack the castle? Or any of these other events that transpire? How much would the game have changed? Like, in the City Elf story, if the noble didn't try and, you know, have his way with the elven women, what would happen then? If the Dalish elves didn't go to the the Alluvian? Really, that would be really interesting. Oh, speaking of, you gonna run off? Aww. You don't even bring me pantaloons.
Good evening, my lady.
Need pantaloons. Aldos. I like him.
Hello, my
nice.
dear girl. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
They can do some
Perhaps
discipline.
you could help me with that. Might you join me in teaching this lesson?
Certainly, we're happy to.
Wonderful. The Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start? Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young lady.
It's just as a
If I
tutor,
were
of course.
truly a skilled tutor, I suspect I would not encounter such insouciance amongst my pupils. You can look that up later. At any rate, your family has held the Tourneur of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Cousland battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence.
We opposed the king.
Couslands are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Calenhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Calenhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Calenhad won.
And
Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event.
When was that line founded?
But the Couslands became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child?
This is why I chose cunning.
Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Cousland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern. The history between the Couslands and the House reaches back to the Orlesian occupation. During your grandfather's rule, of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near High Ever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the Tourneur's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
See? They're all traitors.
The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Logain. just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Caelan, to fight the Darkspawn.
Time to end the lesson, I think.
For indulging an old man.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Don't ask myself all this. Why do you do this?
He walked away. He's still here. Something about that seems wrong. Unless he used magic. I mean, in this universe, old men are always powerful wizards. Even old grannies too. Win. Ah, she's like, she is the she is the mum.
Wonderful dog. He seems very noble and intelligent.
And he's covered in blood.
Once again, my lady. Lady Landra has been very good to me. I am lucky. If I may, I see that you have no ladies in waiting. Is this usual for a noblewoman of your rank?
I mean, to be fair, I am a sort of rogue in armor, so
You make me blush.
something about that does seem pretty interesting.
Has been in service to hers for many years. Lady Landra elevated my place as a reward for our loyalty. I hope this position might pass to my daughter. Forgive me, I shouldn't have mentioned her.
I bet she's your beautiful eyes.
She does. Many people say she looks a great deal like me. I'm the only one who sees her father in her. I have risen very high for my people. I would not tempt fate by wishing more. Lady Landra is good to her elven servants. That is not true in many households, but I hear it is in yours. It speaks well of your father to show such compassion.
That's because we're nice to people.
What would you like to know? Lady Landra's manor is not half so large as your castle, so my family lives in the alienage. There we do not stand out quite so much. In an alienage, my daughter learns what it means to be elven, as much as possible. So much of our history has been lost. That is an awkward question. What do you mean? Some humans, yes, without question.
It's kind of sad in this universe
No longer. I have little time for
that
such
elves are treated like second-class citizens.
You flatter me, my lady. I am not so pretty that suitors are lining up, if
And
that's
the
what you
wild elves, or Dalish, are stuck
Of course.
trying to relive their history.
Aren't we doing just that? What else did you
And then there's Solus. Fucking egghead.
I think I might like that. If I come to your door once everyone is asleep, would that be agreeable, my lady? Until tonight?
Yes. I'm trying to make this as faithful as possible. So yeah, there ain't going to be no relationship with Alistair or Zevran. She's going straight for Leliana. Then again, I always end up going with Leliana in every playthrough. I like her, she's kind of cute. And to quote Iron Bull, there's just something about redheads.
It cannot be.
Moving on. Let's go meet the brother.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
No darkspawn can harm Fergus.
Anyone, despite his refusal to believe.
Now, love, no need to be grim.
You will be missed,
If
brother.
it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in
I want a griffin.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
He says he's recruiting.
If I were a Grey Warden, little sister, I'd have my eye on you. Not that father would ever allow it.
Do you think
Word
the
from
war
the
will be over
south is
so
that the
quickly?
battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two.
I wish I
you
could go with you.
It'll be tiring killing all those darkspawn myself.
In Antiva, a woman fighting in battle would be unthinkable.
Is that so? I always heard Antivan women were quite dangerous.
With kindness and poison only, my husband.
This from the woman who serves me my tea.
Watch yourself,
then the
mate.
Jarl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway.
Yes, they are.
So many darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
Fergus will be fine.
You no darkspawn will ever best me.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce. It's like living with a pair of small boys. Thankfully,
Sorry, I love this.
I'll miss you.
I love this
mother
family
dear.
moment.
You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
It makes me sad.
Oh, good. How thrilling
Because
to
they're
know
such a
I'm
loving
so well
family.
taken care of.
Enough. Enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Because, like... Sorry, it just really does make me feel sad. That... With what happens next, it's... Sorry, I know it's not really... up there, but this is a family that love each other very much. And then Hal comes along and is a cunt. And he ends up killing us all. Well, killing everyone else. Oh, sorry. That's spoilers. But this game came out in 2009. Not my fault. You should all play it. Just experience it for yourself. And cutscene. Well, we have magic torches. No need for lights or anything, just torches.
Your hound is making so much noise. He seems so angry.
Perhaps something is wrong.
I thought I heard yelling when I woke up, but now I hear nothing. I'm gonna see if someone's in the hall.
Oh shit.
Lovely.
Kill them. Rip me a new one. I want to see that. Go Hibiki. Slay them. Protect the dog.
We'll see who ends up bleeding.
Bleeding. Pew. 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 Get everything from my chest, and we're gonna loot the dead.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
That's been killed, Iona.
The elven girl? But why? Her scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us?
You betrayed father.
Were delayed. On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed. We must find him. And trust his mercy. What if the soldiers went into your brother's room first? Let's check on them quickly. Then we'll look for Bryce downstairs.
Andraste's nickel weasels. I want lot because let's just keep doing it.
Are in that trunk.
Oh yeah, I'll level the dog up. Give him some more strength because he's, you know, dog. Right, the best companion, hands down. Because Sten is amazing with the dog.
No! My little Oren! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents?
How does?
Oh, he's not even taking hostages. He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor Fergus. Let's go, I don't want to see this.
You can hear in a like. This is why I like this sort of one. Just gonna back up. This is like 3 archers versus like everyone. Well, 2 archers, should we say? But yeah. Just loot everything. And then
All over now.
I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here.
Like I said, this is why this, I think, all honesty, is one of the saddest origin stories, because everyone here gets slaughtered, bar you and the dog.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere.
And yeah, I can understand, you know, leaving the family for the dwarves, leaving the clan for the Dalish, but you know, they're all still alive.
Listen, darling, we haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Kusen line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servant's entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I want Hal dead.
And visit vengeance upon him.
You know, if it was up to me, I'd stab him in. I'd use an arrow and just stab him in the eye. And go very, very slowly while doing it. Because he's a dick.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
Don't be a coward. Stand and fight.
Here they come!
As you desire.
Like, Fight! We must live! Yeah, because of my low decks, I'm missing a lot of my shots.
Run you through! The Cousins will not fall to the likes of you! Wait for this.
Well, are we gonna be technical about that? Because technically, you die. I live, so... And my dog. Gotta protect the dog.
I will drive you from our land myself!
Is that... Okay, that's weird. I'm just gonna, while in combat, deal with that chest. That's why we like being a rogue, because you always seem to, because you level up so much quickly. Because all you do is just, you know, get experience from everything. And oh, soldier.
Right.
Dog. Dun 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 dun.
I'm busy at the moment.
Yes, somehow I can have frozen lightning. Stay there. Archer. Hey, do you mind?
This is for my Oran!
See, loving grandmother. Like, that's sad. And there's Aldous.
You will be avenged, old sage, I swear.
I have done.
Like, it's... Oh god, I know I'm going to keep going on about this one being the saddest origin story. But it is, because this your family that is gone.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Cousland family blade lies inside. Here, darling, take my key. That blade cannot fall into Howe's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
Which, funny enough, it will happen, because I'm going to keep that as my melee weapon. Hey, don't you kick... I've got nothing below the belt, though, which is funny. But they can kick. I mean, yeah, I do, but... You know what I mean? Like, that attack is a kick in the nuts.
As you desire, so I shall.
Poor dog.
I have finished.
Right, now let's go loot the treasury.
All over now.
I used the key. Armor stand. I get the Kuzan guard shield. Get an axe and short bow. But I also get the shield of high ever. Which I think I can equip. Hang on, I was going to try that. I know it's going to be weird because I'm a dual wield, because I dual wield, but family sword requires 20 strength. Bows require dex. But I will eventually equip myself with a shield. Hang on.
Of course.
How dare you come here! Oh, blast you! Oh, blast you!
Apparently I can curve arrows, it seems. Because I was shooting through a window, through a door. I need to lie down. Loot the corpse. And let's go find a last place. There's more experience to be had. Dog, sick 'em.
Run you through!
Now that I've rescued all these guards, there's a lot more of them. Archer man.
Over here. Stop! We're under attack!
I just love how long range, like the game's ranges in this sometimes. Like, if you can see them, you can attack them. You can hit them with an arrow. Let's go in here and first of all find the mage. Stun her. Go to melee weapons and just beat the ever-living crap out of her. And loot the mage.
Go, man the gates. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lady, you're both alive. I was certain Howe's men had gotten...
My lady.
They killed Oriana and Oren. I can't believe it. Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, your ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realised what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Howe's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. I've no idea. You don't think he's involved in this, do you?
Perhaps he was sent to kill Bryce? Oh dear. Have you seen him?
When I last saw the Turn, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Maker watch over you.
Maker watch over us all.
You know, with the amount of guards I've saved, they probably could do, like, I don't know, bloody barricade it with the pews? Or, I don't know, use fire? We're like in medieval times, right? No one would ever expect fire. Or the Spanish Inquisition. Sorry. I'll try not to make Monty Python references. Not often. I know the servants' entrance is that way, but I want to just loot.
We must get out. They're slaughtering everyone.
They're slaughtering everyone.
Have fun dying. Oh shit. Hang on. That might... Just gonna go behind them a bit. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of a... Oh, let's try to kill this person. Oh, no, he's just run past us. All good. Sometimes the AI in this is hilarious. Excuse me. That'll make your ball run. Ah, there's a dude with a hammer. My one weakness. But then again, I'm a squishy rogue, so everything's technically my weakness. Although I'm not a cloppy. Alright mate, stop your screaming. I'll get to you shortly.
Blast you! Ball, blast you!
Apparently when I level up I get blessed by the heavens. I am okay with that. Get some strength and... yeah, I need about 30 dex to... yeah, 30 dex for that. Yeah, 30 dex is my max for that. 22... 35 dex and 22 cunning. And I'm just gonna maybe get crippling shot. I know everyone's dying around me, but you know, you have to loot things. Remember, if we kill it, we get their stuff. And this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to have to loot my mother's armor. So I've got shit to sell. It's going to look rather awkward, I do apologise, but I need loot.
There, you both are. I was...
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding!
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
Get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
They will stand and defend you.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go!
Someone must reach Burgess. Tell him what has happened.
But he's in your turn?
Yes.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. Howe's men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My daughter helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised. I
for
fear
saving
your
my father.
thanks are premature. I doubt I have saved him.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, I beg you. Take my wife and daughter to safety.
I will, your lordship. But I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
You fought your way to me through Howe's men. I think the Maker's intention is clear. I will take the Tyrna and your daughter to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then your daughter joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal.
They wouldn't have gone too far ahead of us, weirdly
And I
enough.
offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
I'll accept the offer.
Leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our daughter will not die of Hal's treachery. she will live and make her mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you. Then live, darling. Become a Grey Warden and do what is right.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
I really want to know what. I know I'm going to get. This is probably going to get flagged for, you know, immature content. But weirdly, it's weird. Sorry.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Caelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit.
You're not Bobby Roode.
Is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Yes, I am having important news.
Your brother has been concerned about him.
He's not coming.
What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery?
I do like his armor, though.
I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
Thank you,
no doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
I'm not eager to tell him.
No doubt. You will see him again once the battle is over, I am certain. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
What would
Your Majesty, I apologize.
Don't worry, Duncan. You must both be eager to reach your tents. Have you any news before I go?
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters. And
that was a sudden change of tone.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
He's a really cool looking set of armor, I'll have to say that much.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Perhaps this isn't really a blight after all.
But I disagree. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Then maybe we should move quickly.
We should proceed with the ritual.
A hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon. You heard what the king said. He is scouting in the wilds and beyond contact. Be patient. He will return.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Alright then. So, just like last time, we are going to leave it here at Ostagar. And, wow, for what it's worth, this was a lot shorter than the dwarf one. So, maybe in a little bit I'll carry this on, I don't know yet. But, let me know in the comments what your favourite memory of Dragon Age is. 1, 2 or 3 if you want. Doesn't. And yeah, that's about it. Just leave that comment. And it may feature in an upcoming episode. So thank you guys for watching. This has been the Crystal Con Man, signing off. See you later.